Good morning. I'm Walter Dansby, Superintendent of Schools of Fort Worth ISD, and I am delighted to be here with you today and see so many folks out from Code Blue. I have a few things I have to take care of this morning. This beautiful building is a part of our board, District 8, and Representative J.R. Martinez is here with us today. Would you please stand? I'd also like to recognize other board members here. Ms. Toby Jackson is here. Mr. T.A. Sims is here. And Mr. Ronald Hale is here. We'll also hear shortly from Mayor Betsy Price and also Chief Jeffrey Halstead. Mayor, I want to thank you, and I also want to thank you, Chief, for your leadership and commitment in this community. It's certainly remarkable things that we've been able to do and how we work together. I also want to welcome all of you, a very special group, Code Blue on Patrol. I thank you so much for joining us because it's going to mean so much to our school children to have you a part of it. But also we have a large contingent from the East Fort Worth Neighborhood Association. Would you raise your hands to be recognized? I want to thank you too. You guys are from my neighborhood. But that's not why I recognized you. I know you came across all the way across town. I'd like to also thank Principal Arlene Martina Quiones. Is she here? Would you please raise your hand? Ms. Martina, how are you? I know that students, teachers, and staff at Rosemont, this Rosemont community is going to be very excited that we kick off this opportunity right here in your community. I want to thank all of you for joining me today to unveil this exciting new opportunity to allow our community to help safeguard our schools, the most important thing that we have in our community, our children. Chief Halstead, you will lay out all the details for you in just a moment. Several weeks ago, Chief Halstead, the mayor, and I met for our regular monthly meeting. And Chief Halstead began to discuss a plan that really could be, as he puts it, become a national model for school safety. The idea is a great example of singleness of purpose, which we've spoken about over the past year and a half. And there's no limit to what we can accomplish if we all work together. It's not about finance, it's not strategy, it's not technology that gives us the leg up. It's all of us working together to make sure that we provide the best for our children. But the truth is teamwork, and what teamwork can provide for all of us, that ultimate competitive edge that we'd have and advantage we'd have for our children. At the end of the day, everything depends on us working together. And our team isn't just made up of district personnel. We need everyone on board. Students, parents, teachers, community members, PTAs, homeowner associations, and yes, this great group that we have in front of us right now, Code Blue. This is a creative idea. It has no cost, and it will help us safeguard our schools. We have a lot of work ahead of us, but I have confidence that working together we can accomplish our goals. Again, we have much work to do, and let me introduce now a friend of all of us, a friend of this community, a friend of Fort Worth ISD, our Mayor, Betsy Price.
Good morning, everybody. It's great to see such a big crowd here. You know, part of the beauty of Fort Worth that makes us an all-American city and the safest place to be is that people in the community come out, pull together, and get really creative, and that's what makes this special. Walter, thank you for hosting us today. Chief, we're looking forward to hearing the details from you on this creative plan. Walter and the Chief and I try to get together once a month or every 6 or 8 weeks and talk about issues. The school board members, we appreciate your support in what you do. And aren't these kids great? Thanks to all of you as Code Blue volunteers. Our city, you know, we're always in cities, as in most cases, facing budget issues, but our police department continues to bring in Code Blue members who help us keep crime down. Without you, it would mean additional taxing and tax dollars. You're helping us leverage that. Our police department does a wonderful job. Their intelligent policing model that y'all put in place goes a long way towards helping that. But leveraging the community is great. I always say, remember the old movie Bewitched? We need more Mrs. Kravitz, more nosy neighbors out there watching after these precious children and watching after our neighborhood. Crime continues to drop in Fort Worth, especially since years ago when the community policing started and CCPD, the Citizens Crime Control Prevention District, made a huge difference in that. And Code Blue indeed was funded through that. The Citizens Crime Control Board furnishes officers in the junior highs and high schools, but it's our precious elementary children that we're going to address the issue for today. I'm excited about this partnership. I think that truly is the way we go, is to partner up, all of us together, to make things happen. Fort Worth was designated recently an international safe community, one of only 300 in the world and one of only 23 in the United States. And a large piece of that is because of the efforts of our police department and you as Code Blue officers. We appreciate that. Safe cities think outside the box, and Fort Worth is very good at that. This initiative today will be pulling partnerships together and creative thinking. Working together, we will show everyone how we do it in Fort Worth and how much we value our children. We're excited about the possibilities. We're looking forward to the future, and we want to thank each and every one of you. I know this program is going to be a tremendous success for the schools and just the beginning of more good things to come. Chief, it will be tremendous for your department too, so thank you for helping pull this together. It's my pleasure to introduce Chief Halstead, our Chief of Police, to you, who's going to lay the details out on the program for you. Thank you.
Just wanted to say a sincere appreciation to not just the staff here as well as Fort Worth ISD, but especially Mr. Dansby as well as Mayor Price. Needless to say, December 14th, when all of us witnessed a horrible tragedy at Sandy Hook, I tried to put myself and this entire city into that place, wondering what would we do as a community. But most of all, who in the world could harm children? It absolutely changed the dynamics of policing and the expectations of a modern day police department. I talked to, well, for almost 48 hours straight, I tried to research that incident as well as going back to 1999 with the Columbine tragedy and trying to establish what we do here in Fort Worth, partnering with Crime Control and Prevention District. We have security and safety at middle and high schools. But then that all changed on December 14th. So I looked at a separate tragedy and how the nation learned from that tragedy. It's been 54 years since there have been massive casualties from a school fire. December 1st of 1958, Our Lady of Angels schools in Illinois claimed the life of 92 children and 3 nuns. That one incident galvanized the entire nation. It didn't separate us on different discussions and topics that have sometimes a political rhetoric back in Washington, D.C. It absolutely galvanized communities to make changes in the educational and the safety and fire codes. They established multiple layers of protection for these children, the ones right behind us. Every time your police department partners with the community, it is a successful venture. On December 28th, myself and Mayor Price were at the Omni kicking off a host of a football game here at TCU Stadium, and I asked her for 15 minutes of her time. We were both running in different directions. And 2 weeks later, I developed what I felt was the best plan for this city. It's simply put, we take our existing Code Blue membership, we partner with Fort Worth ISD immediately, we then get training and certification for our members to be active patrollers around the campus, in the parking lots, in the halls, around the administration, in all of the areas that start creating these large buffers of protection for our children. It's been working for 21 years. Our Code Blue members got in their own vehicles, they wore their blue uniforms, and they patrolled every neighborhood, driving down our crime rates in partnership with one of the nation's models of a neighborhood police officer program. Still today, we are very, very successful. We are unmatched. And as the mayor noted in her State of the City address, crime continues to decline for over 15 years. Thanks to you. So then when we had our breakfast and I had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Dansby and outline the need for this partnership, I was greeted with open arms and a very, very receptive meeting. Then our staff, and as well as our Code Blue captains and our Code Blue members, we had a meeting one Monday night, and I laid out the basics of this plan, with the priority being safety of our schools and protection of these children. After I outlined the plan and basically expanded the Code Blue program, I asked the audience of attendees, there's over 60 of them, how many of you will join me and the Fort Worth ISD to make this a model of protecting our children? And in less than a half a second, 100% of the hands went up. Once we establish all of this understanding and this relationship starts building, then we will begin partnering with the other school districts within the city limits of Fort Worth and championing this program into those areas as well. But I wanted to make one thing very, very clear to all of our residents. The program could not happen and we could not be successful without Code Blue. And I say that with a little bit of a concern because we need more Code Blue members. Over 93,000 volunteer hours were served last year by our residents, keeping your neighborhood safe. Now, partnering with the ISD is an absolute perfect opportunity for our residents to think, can I give 2 or 3 hours on a school day and work within the Code Blue family and patrol these schools? I know you can, and I need your help. So with that, I just wanted to take an opportunity to say that this is a partnership venture, and it is guaranteed to be successful because for 21 years, our Code Blue members have made this program catapult into a national model. And I have no doubt when next school year begins and our children see the faces of the service working hallways and their parking lots and the streets around the schools, they're going to be smiling with the comfort that their residents are looking out for them. I just wanted to say a sincere thank you for the partnerships and the opportunity to make this program not just a national model, but make a program that continually serves the next generation of Fort Worth. It's an absolute pleasure to put this together, and I really want to thank all of our Code Blue members for their unselfish service and for their ability to stand with us at any time of the day or night and patrol with us in making Fort Worth one of the safest major cities in the United States. At this time, would we want to hear from Code Blue members, or we can open up for some questions? Yes, sir.
Hello, Chief.
Well, go ahead.
I know in some parts of the country they're starting to put armed patrols out around some of the schools. Does that go too far in your view?
No, you know, every community is truly a different personality and different fabric of what they feel is the most appropriate. What I really wanted to base this on is our most historical and successful model, which is partnerships. And I really wanted to take the efforts of our Code Blue members as our first step. Now, with their radios and with their training, we can literally be summoned within seconds to respond to this location. But I really want those eyes and ears to be this blanket of coverage. But remember, this is just what I feel is the best plan for our community because it's proven successful. Yes, sir. Chuck.
Give us an idea what kind of training, you talked about there goes the training for this. Can you give an idea what that involves?
Yeah, currently with our Code Blue Citizens on Patrol training, we have established training. With respect to Fort Worth ISD, we wanted to partner with them and their administration. There can be specific protocols, background checks, badging requirements, and we really wanted each elementary school to have a dedicated Code Blue patrol for that school. With respect to the administration, we wanted to make sure they knew exactly which faces are patrolling their neighborhoods and their schools so that they didn't know who is this person and where do they work. So we're trying to establish all of that, and if Mr. Dansby or anyone from the administration would like to speak with a little more clarity, we just wanted to know what their expectations are from us, how we can deliver that training and get their information delivered to our members.
Hi, I'm Lance Griggs. I'm a Citizens on Patrol volunteer from the North Division. I'm up around Basswood, I-35 on the north side. I've been with this program for 19 years now. I truly believe in the Code Blue program. Since I've retired the last 5 years, I've averaged over 1,000 hours a year volunteering to this program, and I really, really enjoy it. And it does make a difference. I know a lot of people think that there's a bunch of vigilantes out there running around, and that's not what we're all about at all. We're unarmed, we do not get involved, we do not confront people, we do not arrest people. We simply drive around, see things, get on our radio and tell the police, help, help, come take care of it, okay? So we are not aggressive at all. And we want to bring that same thing to the schools, and I think that's a very, very good thing. This plan is really exciting to me. I feel very good about it. I think we can do a lot of good. I think we will definitely need to expand the membership, and so we need to pitch that everywhere we go. This is going to take extra hours to go give to the schools. This could conceivably take away from the time we're currently spending on our neighborhoods. Without the extra people, that could hurt. So please, let's do something about the membership. I really think this program can work. I would love to see it grow to be a model that the nation could follow. I think we'll have a plan probably by August, I understand is the intent to get this implemented. And as with any plan, there'll probably be some revisions, but I think it's very good, and community involvement has always been necessary to have an effective, safe city. You can't sit back and wait on other people to do it for you. You got to do it yourself. And I encourage everybody to get involved and just give a few hours a month. That's all it takes. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Janice Congress. I'm with the North Division, Citizens on Patrol Lake Country area. I've been involved with Code Blue since 2006. What enticed me, if you will, to get involved with the program was because I am a single female and I own my own home, and it was imperative to me to take an active role as to what was going on in my neighborhood and community. I've always been raised with the concept that if you do not get involved with your neighborhood and or communities, you're part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. So what I would like to appeal to our neighborhoods and our community is to please come and be a part of this fantastic program with us today. We're really excited about the program. We know it's gonna work, and we have to definitely take an active part in our community. It's so imperative today. One more thing I would like to add, these are our communities, our neighborhoods, and our children. And we have to lend a hand, with volunteering if and when we can. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. We knew we would have our goal, and we know we're going to meet this goal, is when kids come out of their summer break and engage in the fall semester, we are already partnered. It's going to take us some time to work out all the training as well as the logistics, but also this is a great opportunity for residents new to Fort Worth or established residents, stay-at-home moms and dads, retired military, new retirees. Here is your golden opportunity to get into an already established program, over 21 years of success, partner with your police department, as well as serving these great kids behind us. So we're looking forward to that time, not just for recruitment and training, but also making sure that we are trained within the Fort Worth ISD concepts and understanding of all of the administration of each different elementary school. Yes, sir. No, there will be extra training for our Code Blue members once we establish with Mr. Dansby and his administration on their expectations and legally what they need to train us on, as well as background checks. We will establish that as a training model to add to every Code Blue member. Then the new recruitment, we will continue to establish the founded Code Blue training and simply add our new safe school training added to that.
So the idea is they're going to be driving around the campuses, coming on campus, kind of walk us through what maybe one of these folks would be doing on a daily basis.
Yeah, what is great about the individual personalities we have is many of them have different manners in which they like to patrol and keep these areas safe. So you may have some that will stick strictly within their vehicle and make sure this outer perimeter is secure. All fence lines, the parking lot, as well as the school and the school zones, any suspicious activity, they're immediately notifying the beat officer or neighborhood police officer. Then, as the relationship builds within this administration, they are going to develop friendships and partnerships. They're going to know when the parent-teacher conference is, when the field trip's coming in, who's a visitor on the campus, and then they start developing a walking patrol, if you will, in and around the campus, the playgrounds, making sure the cafeterias are safe during the lunchtime. So it's absolutely a variety of patrol concepts that we will work in partnership with Fort Worth ISD so that their expectations are met and the safety standard is accomplished every day. Great.
Chief, will there be a marketing effort to try to recruit more folks? Because that's, Lance touched on it, and that is the key. We need more people.
That is the key. The question is there going to be a marketing effort? And yes, we are in the process of hiring a director of volunteers position, and also with an added communication specialist. We will start engaging some of our younger citizens as well as brand new retirees in a variety of media aspects in order to start partnering with us, continuing this safe model. Keeping in mind that some of our original patrollers are still patrolling today. Over 20 years they have been doing this. Now we are looking for a marketing and an outreach campaign so that we can engage a new bunch of residents to continue this model for another 20 years.
Superintendent Dansby, is this something the district is looking to do to augment security? Were you not actively looking for something?
It was actually something we talked about earlier, but when the chief brought it to me as an idea themselves, we collaborated and we just went after it. It is a great opportunity for us to have community involved, also that ownership to get back, the ownership back from the community of our schools and the involvement. So I think it's such a great opportunity for all of us. I was just thinking here when I was talking about singleness of purpose in this city, just not too long ago, we met with about 200 people working on a strategic plan. That strategic plan is going to stretch out and it's going to touch thousands of people. It's going to have support in that. Going over on the other side of town to Read to Win and having 300 volunteers there reading with first graders was phenomenal. But then again, being able to attract 800 people or more to help with the safety of our schools and our community, I think it's wonderful to have this type of opportunity coming from the city where we all have ownership in what goes on in our city and support for our children. And by the way, Code Blue, I rode Code Blue myself with the late Tracy Harper on Wednesday night. So I'm very familiar with what you do and I appreciate the work that you do. There's no need because we work so well with the Fort Worth PD and we've worked together with them for years. We have in our high schools, we have also officers in our high schools and middle schools, but this also takes care of our elementary schools by having the support. But also it goes beyond that because I'm not only expecting y'all to come in and look at safety in our schools, I want you to build relationships with those kids. I want you to take out time to read with them in the library. I want you to go on field trips with them. So it's a lot of things we could do to support to get you involved with us. So I thank you for that.
And remember, the half-cent of our sales tax is CCPD, and a big portion of the Citizens Crime Control Prevention District goes to fund our officers who are in the junior high and high school. So it's long been a collaborative effort with the city, the police department, and the school district. But we already have tax dollars going in to help with the school safety initiative.
It's a shared cost.
Chief mentioned, Sandy Hook being kind of a pivotal moment and, needing to think about security for elementary school, something probably none of us ever thought would be needed. Was the district after that looking into needing something more?
Certainly. We have our incident command team that meets monthly with Fort Worth PD, fire department, medical district, everybody. But also we began to talk about this stuff. If you look back and you think about what happened there, they had every single precaution in place. There was nothing they hadn't done right. And so we've just got to protect ourselves, but what we have to do is be more vigilant before anything happens. And that's why the patrols are so important, to notice anything in and about our schools, even our neighborhoods, that looks peculiar. And so, and report that. And so that's what didn't happen there. That was the only thing that they didn't do right, because the building was secure. They buzzed people in. He shot the windows out and walked through. Any other questions?
Is there a point of contact now that you could tell citizens if they're interested in Code Blue, in long-term Code Blue now?
Yeah, without a doubt, reaching out to our police department website would be the best method. And when you look on there, you will see our different community-based programs. If you go and Google Fort Worth Police Department, reach our website, and then also tomorrow, all day tomorrow at Will Rogers, we are having our yearly Code Blue seminar. All of our patrollers are coming for specialized training, briefing, awards, and a lot of fun. We got some surprises up our sleeve for you all tomorrow, and we know we have a great time. That's tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. till about 3:30 p.m. at Will Rogers. That's also a good time if you're an interested citizen. See what this is all about. See these amazing residents and what they can accomplish within this city. Thank you for bringing that up. Yep. Yeah, we have seen every year a more of a reduction in force. We would love to see this grow immediately by 20%. So right now, between 800 and 900 patrollers, we would like to see that start increasing immediately. But then within 5 years, this really needs to grow by at least 50%. But this kickstart would really help us sustain the community efforts that we've already established with Code Blue and add this new relationship to ensure the safety of our children. Yes, I'll take one more, and then we'll do some individuals if y'all need one-on-ones.
Chief, do you know of any other city in the nation that has a police-community relationship such as Fort Worth?
No, I came from a city that was very envious of what you all have here. This is a very, very unique partnership. I honestly look and I seek out other major cities that have this sustained relationship for over 2 decades. And it continues to get better and better and better, and our city gets safer and safer. What is most interesting about when we talked about Sandy Hook was myself and Chief Robertson had an opportunity to get a 2-hour briefing from the chief investigator as well as the chief. And after that briefing, it was imperative we had to do something creative and something that would guarantee success. The pain that those investigators went through, as well as the families and the administration, it's unbearable. And I know with this partnership, we're going to keep Fort Worth safe. Thank you all so much, and we are happy to entertain individual interviews.
Thank you, Chief. And I'd like to recognize Jungus Jordan, who walked in the back. Mr. Jordan, thank you for being here. At this Fort Worth FWISD, we certainly look forward to this partnership, and at this time, I'm going to turn it back over to the choir.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
Michael.
I would just like to personally thank all the Code Blue Citizens on Patrol members, the mayor, superintendent, police chief, and our principal for putting this all together and giving us the opportunity to show what we do at AMP, at Rosemont AMP. Really do appreciate it. So kids, can we all say thank you? Thank you! And with that, we will be singing. yeah. We're doing a program, probably late April, early May, we have not set a date yet, called Culture Shock. And this is an African American song. Okay, so, ready? Thank you again. Thank you so much. Everyone have a great afternoon.
Thank you.